Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the grand final. Australia versus New Zealand. The winner will be crowned as the 2022 Rugby World Cup Sevens champions. I picked my sisters, but anything can happen, says Spider Meg. But that is going to be the Kiwis you are referring to. Looking through at their starting lineup: Niall Williams, Portia Woodman, Sarah Hirini, Resi Pori Lane, Stacey Flula, Kelly Brazier, and Michaela Blythe. Then for Australia, Madison Levi, Soraya Parky, Shani Williams, Alicia Lefau, Fakalesilia, Faith Nathan, Madison Ashby, and also Charlotte Caslick. Currently, the New Zealand national anthem is being played, but then after that, we are into the match, which is going to decide one side's fate to be crowned as world champions. New Zealand, they have won their last two world championships at the World Cup of Sevens. And both of these sides, they have had some trans-Tasman battles over the last few months in the Women's Sevens Series. But do let me know your score predictions, ladies and gentlemen. For me, whichever side I say is going to win is probably not going to win. So I'll go Australia by 3, just because then it means that the New Zealanders should be able to get the job done. New Zealand to win, says Peter Stowers, and it is an early morning start here for us in New Zealand, 6:15 a.m., but it is going to be a very awesome matchup. The men are just around the corner playing Fiji, and what promises to be a massive Rugby World Cup final also. But now New Zealand will have the kickoff. And this game about to be underway. Looking at the benches, who could have the biggest impact? Maybe Sheree Kaka. She's been looking pretty good when she makes her way out onto the park. Dominic DeToy, Demi Hayes, Lily Dick, Tia Hines, and Tegan Levi are the replacements for Australia. A lot of experience in their arsenal there. Now the match underway. The Rugby World Cup Women's Sevens final is upon us in Cape Town. Nicely taken by straight away. And it was the number 10, Soraya Parky. Taken down inside of their own 22 now for the Australian Shani Williams. She's been there, done that when it comes to a Sevens World Cup. But now she is going to be up against the defending champs. New Zealand putting pressure on in the breakdown. It is Sarah Hirini. Gets the clean turnover. And now the penalty goes the way of New Zealand. New Zealand sisters by 10 plus and go the Black Ferns, says Novmum. And a good morning to you, Novmum. I know that you mentioned how you weren't sure whether or not you would end up being awake for this game, but it is great to have you here for this World Cup final. And Ollie has said, hi, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well also. Sarah Hirini, though, stepping up like the captain that she is to be able to get herself that first turnover. New Zealand are on a 13-game Rugby World Cup Sevens winning streak, winning the last two championships. So a massive win for the Australians could be just around the corner if they are able to get themselves over the line. But now Soraya Parky with a nice bit of work there with the tackling defence. Got to run forward from New Zealand now using that back line. Michaela Blythe tries to go through. It's going to be bouncing out the side. Penalty goes the way of New Zealand for offside against Faith Nathan. I think if Nathan had been onside, she would have been gone there, and they would have had to work extremely hard to catch her. Come on the Levi's, says Aiden. Now 10 metres out from their line, or from the Australian line, New Zealand will have themselves a scrum feed here, putting the pressure on Australia early, not allowing them out of their own half. And also we have got the question marks from Ollie there as well. Is that for your question of hi, Ollie? Because I did respond a little bit earlier on. Both teams have only conceded 2 tries each. So that is pretty massive for a Sevens World Cup. Now back across, Kelly Brazier goes nicely to Stacey Flula. Tries to find Michaela Blythe, but the mistake. And now it is going to be in the hands of Lefau Fakalesilia. It's a penalty to New Zealand again for hanging on in the breakdown. Now Brazier runs at the line. She'll be over. And New Zealand score the opening try of the Rugby World Cup final. Back-to-back penalties against Australia, something we haven't seen too much at all. And also, no, look at the description in there. The description. Is that in my description, Ollie? Or the description of the teams, maybe? And Kihaha, New Zealand, says Pete Stowers there. It's great work from Kelly Brazier to know that there was that bit of a gap while they did have to retreat. That's going to be missing out to the side. And now it is going to make the score 5-0 in favour of New Zealand. So just a little bit of a lead here as they currently sit. Now 4 minutes left of the first half. A good start to the match for the New Zealanders, but they need to make sure that they are continuing to apply that pressure. Kick going to be going long from Pori Lane, or high into the sky. She does decide to go short. Just manages to travel the 10, and nicely taken by Soraya Parky once again now for Australia. Just out from their own 22. Brilliant work from Shani Williams with the fend, and she's going. It's going to be a foot race. Who will catch Shani Williams? Portia Woodman's got her on the 22. Great cover defense from the Kiwis. Now it's going to be back across Kaslik. Good attack and run from Adewasli Celia. Now Charlotte Kaslik tries to go through. She's driven backwards in the tackle. Quick hands out to Maddie Levi. She will go over. And Australia now make it even. Let's go New Zealand. It's been an intense rivalry between these two teams, says William, and they have met many times over the last year in the Women's Sevens Series. Last time that these two sides played off, I believe it was Australia who were able to get the job done. That was at the Commonwealth Games, if I'm not wrong, that the Australians were able to win it, if I am correct there. Or maybe it was the leg before that, the last leg of the Women's Sevens, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, might have been the one that I'm thinking of. And Levi scores. Told you she would score. Let's go, says Aiden. The kicking attempt has missed out to the side, so that's going to make the score 5-5. Currently, the cheerleaders at the ground are absolutely loving this game. It's going to be a high-scoring one by the looks of it, with 2.5 minutes gone in this massive final. First Rugby World Cup Sevens final between these two sides since the inaugural event in Dubai in 2009. So New Zealand, they'd love to be able to get themselves another cabinet, or another trophy in the cabinet, I should say. Now Sarah Hineni passes off there a little bit too high from Shani Williams. The penalty goes against her. New Zealand on their own 22 have to decide what the plan is now, whether they take the quick tap. They want to go for the scrum instead, but we have seen 4 penalties against Australia that could certainly cost them in the long run, as if repeated infringements do keep on adding up, could find themselves with a woman in the bin. But 2 minutes in this first half left. Like I mentioned, the carries have gone just in favour of New Zealand. More offloads being made by Australia, though. Pori Lane about to feed the ball in. Visits to the opposition 22. We're seeing 2 from New Zealand. They have been able to score 1 try, 100% success rate for the Australians. Oh, Portia Woodman knocks the ball on. A rare mistake. I don't believe the pass was supposed to go to her. She'll be disappointed with that one, and now it gives Australia the dream opportunity of being on the 22 with a scrum feed just out in front of the posts. Australia with Kaslik off the back. This could be an extremely dangerous move here. Maddie Levi joining into the scrum alongside Lefau Celia, and also, I believe, Shani Williams is locked and loaded in that scrummaging position. Ball fed in by Charlotte Kaslik. A lot of pressure put on her, but now running straight sideways. Madison Ashby using it nicely. Once again, the number 6 for Australia, Lefau Celia. Charlotte Kaslik, a lot of pressure on her in the breakdown. Shani Williams using that experience, trying to go through the gap, unable to find the offload. Hirini gets straight onto the ball, but Kaslik recycles quickly, and it's going to be Maddie Levi again who does score the try. She's 2 from 2 so far throughout this matchup for the Sevens circuit. She's only actually scored 3, including the 2 she's got for this match. So if there's ever a time to start scoring, it is certainly a Rugby World Cup final. But Madison Levi once again beating Portia Woodman on the outside. She'll be disappointed with that one. It all initially came from that knock-on that she had. Levi gets a double. Says Aiden there. She does indeed, and she looks like she's got plenty of time left to maybe be able to lead on and get herself the hat-trick. Shani Williams this time has got the kick, an important kick at that as well. But currently 8:24 p.m. local time in Cape Town, South Africa. Still looks like quite a good attendance watching on for these matches. But the New Zealand match between New Zealand and Fiji, that is going to be taking place for the men's just a little bit later on in the hour. We will be covering that one on the channel also. Flula takes it nicely. Niall Williams across to Hirini. Now it goes one more. Pori Lane, brilliant acceleration, and now it's a foot race. Kaslik and Faith Nathan, the bullet train going across. Kaslik's missed a tackle. Faith Nathan's got her though, in what was a fantastic last-ditch effort. Now it's going to become the penalty. Faith Nathan giving away it, and now Hirini wasn't on the mark. She's asking the question to the ref, why is she not allowed to do so? I believe she wasn't quite where she was supposed to take the tap from, but Poldy Lane at the pace. Charlotte Caslick took a really hard knock when she tried to make the tackle, but she is tough. She will get back up. Be ready to go for the second half. I want to watch the replay of that in regular time, just watching Faith Nathan zoom across the field. She was nowhere near her, and all of a sudden, she was able to shut it down. The last 5 penalties have all gone against the Australians. Now the scrum off the back, Brazier. Inside ball, Stacey Flula scores it. And now New Zealand get themselves back into the contest at the end of the first half. Put the score up. The scoreboard, please. Yeah, it's really far behind, isn't it? There we go. It has updated itself. That is good news. Because, yeah, it was just a little bit behind. But currently the score is 10 points to 12. New Zealand have a kick to come to try and make it even going into halftime. And then we'll all come down to those final 7 minutes. Now, Australia, they have seen what it's like to raise a trophy. They were able to get themselves the World Seven Series Women's Championship. Poldy Lane, not the distance she was after on that one. So the score remains 12 points to Australia, 10 to New Zealand. Both sides scoring the same amount of tries. The big difference, that kick from Shani Williams gives Australia the 2-point lead. Yeah. Australia winning the 2022 Women's Series for the Sevens, whereas New Zealand, they are defending champs when it comes to the World Cup. Commonwealth Games, though, we did see a very good battle between, I believe it was these two ladies' sides in the final. I keep on getting those round the wrong way for that last leg of the Sevens and also the Commonwealth. Kelly Brazier looks like she's stepping up to be in charge of the team talk. 3 line breaks apiece, 2 restarts for the teams, 2 turnovers for New Zealand have been very handy. And honestly, I'm going to ask Maddie next. I'm going to ask out Maddie next time I see her, says Aiden in there. Oh, man, it's worth a crack, I guess, if you do know her quite well. If you don't know her that well, though, she may just think you are a random person who she's hardly seen before. But even then, who knows? Wait, Maddie Levi, isn't she the one who's in a relationship, or is that the other sister, Tegan Levi? One of them, I think you'll find, does actually have a boyfriend, Aiden, so might have to wait for him to be out of the picture. That was a strong sneeze. Boy, that shook me round. But now it is going to be halftime, just about over. Australia going to go for the drop kick on the halfway line. That was a really loud sneeze as well. Normally I'm pretty good at making them silent, but that one just snuck up on me like it was some sort of thing that sneaks. I don't know what sneaks. A mouse? Does a mouse sneak? Kind of. But now it's going to be kicked off by Shani Williams. 7 minutes to split the two. And it's Tegan, I know, as I've known them for like 2 years now, says Aiden. Now it's going to be in the hands of Seta Hirini. Now going forward quite nicely. Niall Williams back across Brazier. Goes to Stacey Flula, just able to hang on to it. In fact, it was Sheree Kaka who they have made the early change for her to be out on the field. Niall Williams now back across Poldy Lane, getting involved. Seta Hirini with Woodman on the inside. Nice step around Caslick. Also finds the offload to Poldy Lane, who has insane acceleration when she gets going, but a brilliant tackling technique from Caslick. And the penalty goes the way of Shani Williams. And also we have got there, Peter Sowers said, we want to watch the game, not you. Well, there are about 7 different live streams on YouTube that do have the game showing. Maybe you should try and find one. They're not that hard to find. And also, we got this scoreboard guy busy listening Kiwi Lads commentaries. Realised until the chat's mentioned it. There's Nathan. Penalty goes the way of Australia now. Niall Williams, she's going to throw the ball away and get 2 minutes in the sin bin. Not what she would be wanting in that situation for the game. Now, Caslick, 22 metres out, going to be taking the quick tap and go for Australia. Trying to build those phases up, trying to create that opportunity with the one-woman advantage at this point in time. Now, nice run forward. And now New Zealand down a player. They are in Faith Nathan. Goes in again. And that is going to be another try for her throughout this competition. She moves up to 9 now that she has had for the Rugby World Cup Sevens 2022. A nice pass from it was Lefal Fakalesilia. She had plenty of power, lured in 2 defenders. And also we've got that dang not looking good for New Zealand. Yeah, they certainly need to be the next team to score. But it was just a mistake from Niall Williams. You cannot afford to throw the ball away in a game of sevens. It's going to be a penalty 9 times out of 10, if not 10 out of 10. Missed kick there from Shani, though. So now it does mean that the score is still 7 points difference. She is leading the try scorers list by an extra 3 ahead of anyone else. Now it's kicked in behind. Madison Levi does well to keep it on the side of the Australians, currently on the halfway line, still with a woman advantage. Can they break through once again? Keslick gives it off to Shani Williams. And also we have got there, that's Root Peter, this guy works hard to keep this going, says Nazi Williams. And also there are so many options on YouTube that are showing the game live. I believe this is one of the competitions that I've seen the most illegal streams for in rugby in general. So I guess there are plenty of options. Maddie Levi, she will get the hat trick, and that could secure the game for the Australians. Now, Niall Williams must feel like a bit of a silly goose for throwing away that ball, because it has cost New Zealand 2 tries while she's been off the field. And also, lol, says Nathan in there as well. But that is another try for Maddie Levi. She does get the hat trick. And also, there you go, has the hat trick, says Aiden there as well. But Cape Town is getting lit up at the moment by Levi scoring for fun. Her sister going to be coming off the bench later on. Tegan Levi, and dang it, says Novmum. Yeah, it does seem like Australia have got themselves quite a handy lead. Dylan has said done, and also Go Ruas, says Attel. Madison Levi, as you can see there, the Simbin power play. 2 tries, 2 line breaks, 1 versus the opposition, 22 and 12 points being put on the board while Niall Williams was off the field. Shani Williams, I said that very weird, kicks it deep. New Zealand trying to retain, but Keslick, in fact, it's Madison Ashby who got that one, but it was a little knock on the ground from the Australians initially. And also Levi is a beast. She certainly is. That big woman's AFL frame that really benefits her going down the wing. Come on, Kiwi girls, says Peter there as well. 3 minutes left on the clock, and Poultry Lane about to put this ball in. We've seen 4 tries scored by the Australians. Ruck per try, 1.8. Very successful, although not quite as successful as the men's Fijian side. 0.8 rucks per try that they have been able to score throughout this competition. Now passed out the back line. Going to be in the hands of Flul. A lot of pressure there on Sheree Kaka as well. Now Pori Lane gives it off to Michaela Blight, who's really been shut down well. That is something they've been doing absolutely brilliantly for the Australians. Now Saeli up the middle of the field. Faith Nathan, though, she's going to have to pace to shut her down. And that is such a lethal type of pace. Now Fonzie off like to Sheree Kaka. Madison Levi tries to stop her, but Kaka scores. They want to check it. Right. The TMO, it's the comment from Holly Davison, the Scottish referee. And also we're going to come and give you girls. And Maddie also played AFL. And there says Aiden, she did indeed. Madison Levi in the women's AFL. Is it grounded? Yep, no worries at all there. Holly Davison just wanted to make sure of that one. Now New Zealand, they will find themselves sitting on 15 points with a kick to come. They get the conversion, they are within 7, and there's a chance that this game goes to golden point. Poultry Lane, though, such an important kick. Straight out in front. Surely this one goes over. She gets it straight down the middle, and New Zealand now sitting on 17 points compared to the 24 of Australia. I'm starting to lose my voice again. Luckily, we are near the end of the day, so I don't think it matters too much if my voice is completely gone. But brilliant work from Sheree Kaka. She was able to be in support beautifully, going up for that one. It's going to be knocked on by Tegan Levi this time. And now it is going to be the opportunity for New Zealand here. Looks like New Zealand trying to race this game along. They want to make sure that they're scoring before they get to the full-time siren. 1 minute 10 left on the clock, and it seems like there's going to be a couple subs made. That's for both sides. Last 4 handling errors. New Zealand had the 2 in the first half. Australia now with the 2 in the second. I see Poultry Lane has made her way off the field. I believe that will be for Tanika Willison. Will now make her way out there. She is going to feed that ball into the scrum as well. It recycles quickly for the Black Ferns. Now nice pop pass up to Sheree Kaka. Charlotte Kaslik, though, locks over the ball. It's a penalty. No clear release is the penalty there. Kaslik asked the question, did she release it and try and convert some tries, girls? Says Peter Stowers, and also great. Looks like New Zealand taking it to golden point. Says Aiden, although they do still need Another try converted in the last 30 seconds of this contest. Brazier now attacking to the short side, going back across. Willison, good shot from Maddie Levi. In fact, that was Tegan Levi. And becomes a knock-on once again from Levi. It was in the tackle, though, and that will use up a little bit more time on the clock. Currently 15 seconds splits these two sides. If it sits, my voice went weird there. If it sits as it sits now, Australia will be world champions, but 5 seconds left on the clock. The tackle completion rate has been higher for the Aussies, and also with Faith Nathan's pure pace has been extremely impressive. New Zealand know that they need to run this one straight up the middle of the field. They cannot afford to go too wide. Now it's going to be in the hands of Michaela Blyde, wrestled down by Kaslik. It's gone backwards from Saili. Very lucky there. Now Serahirani trying to find the gap. It doesn't look like it's opening up as of yet. Now on the back line, Michaela Blyde does try and go wide. Doesn't quite make her way through. Great protection of the ball for the Black Ferns. A handling error here would end it for them. Serahirani, her ankle digged into the ground big time. The boots just stuck a bit more than she wanted. Currently sitting on the halfway line here for Serahirani. Trying to find the gap. It hasn't worked out. Finds the offload up to Michaela Blyde. Now slinging it back across to the right-hand side. Everything rhymes with Blyde, I'm learning. Yeah, now nice work. And the breakdown from Shariah Parky. Now going back across. Slinging it back. It's going to be Saili. She's got the pass off. She's running straight at all the Levi's. That's a risky tactic, as they are normally very handy in a breakdown. Almost stolen. The ball bounces out the side. It's a penalty to New Zealand. And they will take the quick tap and continue to go. Now back across. Serahirani going to be back in her pace. Sarai Kaka in the breakdown. Kaslik gives away another penalty. And this is risky play from Australia, going for so many in a row. Trying to get that turnover. Now back line. It's going to be Michaela Blyde. Cutting on the inside. Double tackle made. Dominic DeToy. Now across. Willison keeps it alive. Hirani. New Zealand want to go to golden point here. They find the offload between the posts. She's going to make it easy. She scores it. And that is going to be New Zealand now sitting with a kick to come for them to be able to draw it in the women's final. This is one of those kicks that has such an important amount of pressure on it. And let's go New Zealand. How's the voice, mate? Great game, says Shalabi. It's not doing too bad at the moment. Struggling a little bit, though. Right, this kick for a World Cup spot for the gold. Willison, her first kick of the day. She's missed. And Australia have won the Women's World Cup. Willison, oh, geez, that was a spine buster from Kaslik. Willison, she puts her hands on her head, but she wasn't the only player to miss a kick in the game. They pick her up, and they say straight away, do not worry about it. But Kaslik is in pure elation here. The Australians are doing a dog pile. It's like Faith Nathan. I think she's in pain. I think someone landed on her back really hard. But the Australians have been able to win it. Yeah, Faith Nathan's done a knee here. That might actually be something more serious than she wanted it. Oh, damn. Well, there's always the men's. And hooray. Says Peter Stowers. Yeah, Faith Nathan's hurt her knee real bad. I think she's maybe dislocated her kneecap from that celebration. She is limping badly. She's slowly making her way off the field now. And also, she's going to try to take it under the post. That is true. I think she got worried that she was going to try and cut it a little bit too fine and end up getting tackled. But that kicking angle, I'm surprised at where she tried to kick it from. It looked like there could have been a little bit more angle as she took it back, but maybe just didn't feel confident with the amount of distance. Come on, New Zealand. Aussie girls talk funny, says Gareth, although they have just been able to win the Women's World Cup. And finally, says Attell. And then well done, Aussie girls. Faith Nathan says it was there from Nathan. I hope Faith Nathan's all right, because like I mentioned, her knee got crushed in the dog pile. She is still not standing straight up and down. So I hope she is all right. If that's some sort of like season-ending injury with the Women's Seven Series coming just around the corner, that would be a big shame for her. But then saying that, in a Women's World Cup, when you get yourself that championship, maybe the emotion just hits you really hard. And I mean, someone got spine busted. Like I mentioned, they got picked up and dropped. So Charlotte Kaslik very happy they have been able to do the double, not just winning the women's series for the Sevens, but also alongside that, being able to win themselves the Women's Sevens World Cup. But nonetheless, We do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back in a very short moment for Fiji versus New Zealand. That is going to be kicking off at 6:54, but we will be starting that live stream at 6:50 a.m. New Zealand time. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for being here, and we will see you all for the next one.